we said they had to have a host, and I said, well, pick one, and you were about 7th.
Yeah, the other six couldn't make
do
it.
We started on the album
1956?
Yeah, that's right.
We're shooting this video with Derek and I dancing and just, I guess, making the song come to life with our bodies.
This week on Headline Country, Toby Keith and some pretty cool friends in all kinds of places circle the wagons to help rebuild Oklahoma. Jason Aldean shatters the attendance record and beer sales record at Fenway Park in Boston. Kellie Pickler takes us behind the scenes of her steamy new music video. And we'll introduce you to country's hottest new duo, legends Lorrie Morgan and Pam Tillis.
Hey everybody, it's Joe Diffie, and Headline Country starts right now.
Hello everybody, I'm Stormy Warren. Welcome to Headline Country. On May 20th, a series of storms ripped through suburbs and neighboring towns of Oklahoma City, including the especially hard-hit town of Moore, Oklahoma. Though Okies are known for their resilience, the 12,000 displaced families still need a lot of help to get back on their feet. Local boy Toby Keith stepped up to the plate to offer his talents to the cause, and in typical country fashion, a bunch of his friends chipped in too. The result was the largest attended event in Oklahoma history. Over 70,000 people packed the University of Oklahoma's Memorial Stadium to enjoy a day filled with warm weather, warm hearts, and a ton of music. From fellow Okie Garth Brooks, Ronnie Dunn, Sammy Hagar, and more.
Oklahoma, are you ready?
The healing process begins now.
I'll play something country.
We're here to support the relief. Also awesome music.
It shows what we're all about in Oklahoma. We come together when it's needed.
It's great for the state, it's great for the nation to help where we can.
Whiskey River, take my mind.
I'm here to, give thanks to the musicians who took their time to come out here.
Talk about picking up the phone and calling some of your friends today and inviting them to be a part of this.
Well, Mel's on right now, and Mel was like, I'm coming, and you can't do nothing about it. And I said, well, it starts at 3, and we're full, kidding him. And he goes, well, then I'll go on 2:45. He didn't care. He said, I'm coming. Oklahoma's been good to me for 57 years. So it's 93 degrees out there, and he's standing out there in a Western suit tie, got all of his statesider.
That's a country star.
Ronnie Dunn was like, I'm going to be there, so get ready.
I'm a full-grown queen bee looking for honey. She said, I'll play something country.
Sammy Hagar, I called him. He said, absolutely, I'm coming. There's 3 or 4 more calls I made of people that had to work, that had shows and stuff. So Carrie Underwood's going to ship hers in via satellite from the Grand Ole Opry. That's awesome. So the people here will get linked right to the Grand Ole Opry. And then I called Garth, and he said, when you do something, we want to take your lead, follow your lead. And I said, well, I don't know what date it is. He goes, pick a date, and my people will understand, and I'll do whatever I can to be there.
He's flown here from Las Vegas, where he performed last night, and he has to fly right back in time tonight to perform his last show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Garth Brooks.
Me and Miss Sherwood said, look, we're just offering our services, whatever that means, whatever, and just yes, there's your answer for anything.
Your buddy Toby gave you a call and said, hey, come on up, and you were just down the road, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we played in Oklahoma yesterday, so we were here and ready.
They'll never stay home and they're always alone, even with someone they love.
The communities come together. It's the one time, unfortunately, when everybody puts down all of the things they disagree about politically and morally and everything, and they just come together. And Oklahoma's amazing at that. That's what they do best.
I pretty much felt like it was a real privilege and an honor for me to get out here today, as good as these folks have been to me for the last 35, 40 years.
Yeah, just
We're used to tornadoes here, but what happened in those few days, between Shawnee and Moore and El Reno and right the week before in Texas? I mean, it just hit really close to home.
Well, I was in Shawnee on my bus when the tornado hit Moore that day.
So you were right here.
Yeah.
I grew up around tornadoes, so I'm aware of how dangerous they are, and I'm glad to be here to help out.
let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
I heard all the warnings. In fact, we had to rush out of our show on Friday night out of Wichita and ended up getting one of the air conditioning cowlings blown off the bus. I mean, it was very serious, so I can relate to just what these folks have been through out here.
You can see all the footage on television and get a sense of it, but not until you actually put your feet on the ground here.
Yeah.
Do you really feel it? Is that what happened to you?
Yeah, I was in Nashville that whole week, and on Friday when I got in, I literally landed. My husband took me home. I changed clothes from the airport, and within 30 minutes I was out, and we, had a trailer and tools, and we were just going through, and if, we saw a couple trying to lift something that they couldn't lift, we'd get in and help them lift it, and we'd hand out food and water.
This isn't just about let's get the stuff off the street. This is getting 12,000 people sheltered again.
Right. The immediate response with first responders and the secondary responders, stuff like that. Get them to the hospital, get people taken care of, find shelter and that stuff. But the long term of rebuilding and everything, there's going to be some insurance issues with people. They can't get to work now, they don't have a car. And hopefully this is what that does, and we're going to try to take care of these folks.
That's just Oklahoma for you. We've been through things like this before, and we just dig down in and do what we got to do.
As a former resident of Oklahoma, I was honored to be a part of that historic concert. To find out how you can still help, visit headlinecountry.net. Toby is currently out on the road with his Hammer Down tour. Coming up, Jason Aldean and friends take on the Big Green Monster in Boston. As we take a look at some of the top stories making country headlines this week, we begin with some record-breaking attendance news from Jason Aldean. As Jason Aldean continues to sell out stadiums across the nation on his Night Train tour, there's one particular stop that made history: Fenway Ballpark. Aldean is the first country act to rock the stage at the historic landmark, and now the current record holder for the ticket sales for both one and two night shows. Selling over 70,000 tickets in less than an hour for both shows, Aldean stole the attendance record from both Paul McCartney and the Dave Matthews Band. In response to the huge news, Jason told Headline Country, quote, "I heard we also set a new all-time record for beer sales. They drank Boston dry. It was wild." To see where you can catch Jason on the Night Train tour this summer, hit up headlinecountry.net. While Jason has been on the road singing about Joe Diffie, the real Joe Diffie has been busy in the studio. The 90s sensation is back with his response to Aldean's 1994 call for the real Joe Diffie to please stand up.
I stood up, baby. It's fun, it's kind of been a whirlwind, but since Jason Aldean had 1994, I've had a little resurgence in my career, so it's been pretty cool.
With that girl riding in a shotgun, sun-kissed by the Dixie hot sun.
Diffie's newest single, collaborating with the Jaw Jaw Boys, Girl Riding Shotgun, is a song that's slightly out of Diffie's comfort zone.
The Jaw Jaw Boys are a hip-hop group,
She's the girl of my dreams, she gives me everything. Wearing short shorts or some tight blue jeans.
It is kind of unusual, but I just had fun doing it. I'm always open to new ideas, and it was just fun for me to see everybody get so excited about the song.
Aldean all up on the radio, dashboard light shining on my baby.
As we were writing, and we came up with a line about the radio, and I was like, we ought to say Jason Aldean's name in there somewhere, since he mentioned mine so many times in that song. So that's where that came from.
Check out the entire clip for Girl Riding Shotgun right here on GAC. Well, the boys of Florida Georgia Line have been making the rounds as part of Luke Bryan's Dirt Road Diaries tour all summer long. But come this fall, the twosome will toast to the good times with their very own headlining tour. The Here's to the Good Times tour will kick off October 3rd in Brookings, South Dakota, and run through December, hitting 32 cities along the way. Special guest Colt Ford will also join the lineup, while newcomers Tyler Farr and Dallas Smith will each play on select dates. Tickets are on sale now.
On your side of the bed.
The members of Little Big Town have something new to add to their mantles. The reigning ACM and CMA Vocal Group of the Year's latest album, Tornado, has just been certified platinum for sales of over 1 million copies. Released last September, the project earned the band their very first #1 with Pontoon, which was quickly followed by their second chart topper, Tornado. Catch them out on the road as part of Keith Urban's Light the Fuse tour, which kicked off earlier this month.
And I'm coming after you.
I should be halfway home, but on.
The countdown continues as Chris Young fans eagerly await the singer's forthcoming album, AM, to hit stores September 17th. Co-writing 6 of the project's 11 songs, including his hot new single, Aw Nah, and the album's title track, Chris debuted the album's official artwork and track listing earlier this week, telling Headline Country, quote, "There's a lot of fun on this album, and that's why I wanted to call the album AM. Like the song says, the whole world's asleep, but we're wide awake in the AM."
Like a country song.
Billy Ray Cyrus is getting back to his country roots and showing it off on the big screen with a leading role in the upcoming movie that was filmed in some of Music City's most famous hotspots.
Oh, it's so great to be here in Nashville. The movie's called Like a Country Song. It's a great script, a story of redemption. I play the dad going through some pretty tough times and kind of lost my faith. And it's about never giving up and getting back on your feet. The theme song, Like a Country Song, it's a great country song with a great lyric. This story, this song, it's a chance to bring, that passion and realism, to the art.
Billy Ray has found himself doing many things aside from country music in the past years, including work on the small screen, as well as a role in the Broadway musical, Chicago.
I took the Broadway role to go get a good heavy dose of the theater. I'd never had that type of training or background and wanted to learn. And when I read this script, I thought this is a chance to see if I learned anything or not.
Billy Ray's big screen debut is slated to be released later this year.
Cut, that was a keeper. Buddy.
Still to come, Kellie Pickler reunites with her dancing partner Derek Huff for a rather intimate music video.